Hey everybody, it's Andy aka Max Rider. We're back with another episode of Minecraft. So, one of the things that I forgot to add is someplace to cool off the items that are being cooked. And I think that that can go right here. And we'll go ahead and add some water to it as well. So I left off last time with our heroes waking up the next morning. Might as well use this well. Wait, can I use this well? Yeah, I can use this well. This well was built to be used. Yeah. So we fill that back up. They head off in the woods in pursuit, trying to trail the Oni. They also are supposed to meet with Hebe, who is the guy who runs the. There we go. He's the guy that runs the gambling hall. Okay, so that's in. We've got some chests to hold some stuff. Oh, where can I put crafting bench that won't look dirty? Oh. So they're supposed to go talk to him as well at some point. Oh, you know what I could do? Yeah, let's make this inside look kind of cool. Anyway, so they go into the woods. They meet with Hebe. They make an arrangement with him to stop the Oni that night. They're gonna work with him. He's gonna send some of his men to actually fight with them and all that jazz. So they're like, all right, yeah, this works. I could put another layer. Nah. If I was going to do that, I should have lifted it up a little higher. So what we'll do is this, to make the interior look a little nicer. Oops. Yeah, I can still get under that, so it's not causing any issues. Anyway, so they go in the woods and they find this shrine. All but Abe, who followed the wrong trail and got lost. And it is awful. There's only... Wada goes in while Oda waits outside. And this shrine has been defiled. There's this evil tree inside. Ooh, that looks tight now. I mean, not tight in a good way. That means it looks a little close, but that's okay. There's a defiled tree that body parts been added to. There are hanging bodies from the limbs and spikes sticking up out of the ground with body parts on them. Let's take a look at this from the outside. It's just awful. And the Oni's in there. He's like gardening. It's like this is his garden. Which bothers both of them quite a bit. Now, you know what? We could make this heavy duty, and we could put 9 more of the forges in here. I think we'll put the crafting bench down on the floor, because it's the only decent place for it. Although, you know what? We don't need this. Yeah, let's get it out of there. So, they leave and they make their final preparations for that evening, which is to meet with Hebe and his men. He has 10 archers ready in the town square, and then wait for the Oni to arrive. And they talk about possibly trapping it, that kind of thing. And in the end, they just decide to wait, which works. I mean, that works well enough, I suppose. So they half slabs. Still half slabs. So the Oni comes into town. The battle's actually really short. Oni are not that powerful when you have enough men against them. And I think that the rules need to be... The Oni stuff probably at least needs to be looked at again. But anyway, so they attack and kill it, but it's chanting. And then this creature comes up out of the ground. Now, Wada and Oda have run to town. They're going to run back to the shrine and burn it to the ground. So they run to do that, and when they tear up some of the fence around the shrine, and when Wada runs through the torii, which is a big archway, which is how you enter like the fenced-in area where the shrine sits, there's a flash, and he finds himself in I can't remember the name of it, Jakugori, something like that, which is essentially Japanese hell. He sees the gate behind him. This is where the Oni came from, and where all the other Oni are. So he runs away. He tries to get up. The ground itself is tearing at him, like ripping him and injuring him. One of the Oni spots him, but he manages to run back to the torii, where he is helped out. He's helped to escape by Oda and the two men chop the Tory down before the Oni can get there. And Wada's badly affected by this and starts just continuing to chop the Tory down. Meanwhile, Abe returns to say that this giant worm creature has shown up in town. He runs back with... Oh, you know what? And I forgot something about this whole story. They examine the gambling hall where the Oni had attacked, and they find the Iron Banded box, which they realize holds the arm of the king of the Oni. So that's happened as well. They managed to... So this Iron Banded box is what they used to actually lure the Oni into the town closer than it was probably going to come, like right into town square. And now they've hid it away in the inn, Abe has. And he wants to get out of town before the creature, whatever it is in the center of town with its tentacles sticking up towards the moon, figures out where it is. So they sneak it out of town. They hear noises back in town. And Oda returns because he wants to defend the poor and the populace there. This looks pretty good. I think this will do pretty nicely. It's bigger than the one at the ranch, but it is a little smaller than the one at Spawn, which I think 9x9 is going to be a better one just in general for these. For this little homestead, that's plenty. So, Oda runs back to town to find a giant sinkhole in the middle of the town that goes down forever, and water from the hot springs is pouring into it, wrecking the hot springs. In the end, they burn down the shrine. They destroy everything about it. They burn it. All the bodies are burned and everything. They get some money that they had agreed on to get from Hebe, who tells them to get out of town. That was part of the agreement that they would leave town. And they leave, running into the innkeeper, whose inn fell over, and his beautiful daughter, Chio, on the way out of town. Before they leave this whoops, sorry, pups. Before they leave this tiny Japanese village, on their way with the Iron Banded box. Now, I asked him, I said, so do you want to just gloss over how you get the Banded box to Kyoto, where you're heading? Or do you want, there to be a possible another adventure with the Iron Banded box? And they were all for another adventure with the Iron Banded box. So, you know what? There's no light in this place. This place needs to be lit. Just realized that. I think that'll do. Oh, you know what? We can do this too. There we go. Hopefully that's enough light. There's also light coming off the magma cube because there's a light underneath it. So that's where we left off. They've left the. It's not night yet. What? Feels like night. I'm tired. I wish I could sleep. I wish they would fix sleep mechanics so you could take a nap anytime. So anyway, that was it. That was the Iron Banded box. They enjoyed it a lot. Kyle said he thought that might have been his favorite Call of Cthulhu scenario that we ever ran, that he's ever played. You know what? I don't think I'm liking this here. There we go. I like that better. It's well lit from within and without. So there probably will be a follow-up scenario someday. I'm not sure when, but eventually it will come. And you know what? That catches me up with talking about Call of Cthulhu scenarios, since we don't play nearly as much in the summer. So there you have it. We're caught up. I don't know what we'll talk about next time. Something else. Lost love? Who knows? So thanks for watching, everybody. As always, I appreciate it. And I will talk to y'all next time.